In today's class, I would like to discuss about the river which is revered as a goddess by the Hindus in South India. This river is also called as the Ganges of the South. Any idea about which river I am talking about? Yes, you're right. It is the Kaveri River. The Kaveri is a beautiful river in South India. It is one of the important rivers in the territory. As mentioned earlier, it is one of the holiest rivers of India. Do you know the Sanskrit name Kaveri means she whose body is made of water? Now you may be thinking, how is that possible? Right? So let's hear a legend which explains the origin of this river. It goes like this. King Kavera, the king of that region, performed tapasya because he wished to help people. Pleased with him, Lord Shiva appeared and blessed him with a daughter who would fulfill his wish. He named her Kaveri, and when she grew up, he got her married to sage Agastya. Hope you remember sage Agastya, about whom I had mentioned in my first class. The sage who came from North India and settled in South India. A demon named Shurapadma wanted to trouble people, so he prevented rain from reaching the earth. Kaveri prayed to the gods to help the people. One day, sage Agastya went to a lake for a bath. Since he could not leave Kaveri alone in the ashram, he turned her into water and put her in his kamandala, that is a utensil for carrying holy water. As he entered the lake, he left the kamandala on the bank. Meanwhile, Ganesha took the form of a crow and overturned the kamandala. The water was released and Kaveri became a river. She helped the suffering people by providing them with water. Now, let's see where this river originates from and also the course of this river. Kaveri River originates in the form of spring at Brahmagiri Hill at Talakaveri in Kodagu district of Karnataka. In this map, you can clearly see that the Kaveri River passes through major cities and towns of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Starting with Srirangapatnam, it flows through Mysore, Tiruchirappalli, Tanjavur, Mettur, Salem, Nagapatnam, and finally enters the Bay of Bengal at Kudalur. As you can see in this map, it also slightly touches the Union Territory of Puducherry. The river covers a distance of about 765 km and flows through the state of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. On its journey to the Bay of Bengal, the river is joined by its tributaries, which include Hemavati River, Shimsha River, Honnuhole River, Arkavati River, Kabini River, Lakshmana Tirtha River, Lokapavani River, Bhavani River, Amaravati River, and Noyal River. As I had mentioned earlier, that the Kaveri River originates at Talakaveri in Kodagu district of Karnataka. She is worshipped here as a goddess by the Kodavas. Now you may be thinking, who are these Kodavas? Kodavas are the ethno-lingual community in Coorg. I mean, they are the locals of Kodagu who have lived there for many years. Kaveri is the Adi Devate for this cult of people, and she is revered as Kaveramma and is a much revered deity in this region. So here in this slide you can see the picture of the temple at Talakaveri. Once the Kaveri river moves out of the Kodagu, the river then flows through Mysore district, where two islands, Srirangapatnam and Shivanasamudram, are formed. At Shivanasamudram, the river drops 98 meters, forming the famous falls known as Gaganchuki and Barachuki. In this slide, you can see the Kaveri river, which falls to create this beautiful waterfall. What a spectacular sight, isn't it? Do you know from where the Bangalore city is getting the electricity and water supply? Well, the hydroelectric power plant constructed on the left Shivanasamudra Falls on the Kaveri River in 1902 was the oldest hydroelectric power facility in the state of Karnataka, which provides electricity to the city of Bangalore. The Kaveri water stored in Thorekandanahalli is pumped up to provide water for Bangalore city. Hence, we can say that Kaveri river is also the main source of water for the IT city as well. Okay, so after meandering through Karnataka, the river then enters Tamil Nadu and forms the boundary between the Erode and Salem districts. The Kaveri river is then joined by the Bhavani river at Bhavani. Hogganekal is a major landmark on the course of the Kaveri in Tamil Nadu. Do you know that Hogganekal waterfall is referred to as the Niagara Falls of India? It is known for bathing areas and hired boat rides, and it is a place of major tourist attraction. Trichy and Tanjavur are other important towns on the banks of the Kaveri. Geographically, religiously, and even politically, Kaveri is a significant river in South India. Kaveri River forms the lifeline for the people of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. She is a goddess and she is everything for the farmers of her delta on both the states. That's the reason why Kaveri in South India is also known as the Ganges of the South. There are several dams built on the river Kaveri. The most popular ones being the Krishnaraja Sagar Dam or KRS in Mandya. Let's see who built Krishnaraja Sagar Dam. Well, this dam is named after Maharaja Krishnaraja Wadayar IV. Do you know who was the chief engineer who built the KRS dam? Yes, you guessed it right. Sir M. Vishweshwaraya was the chief engineer who built the KRS dam in 1924 across the Kaveri River. This dam is an important source of drinking water for the cities of Mysore and Bangalore. Now let's see another important dam constructed across Kaveri River, which is Kallanai Dam in Tamil Nadu. You may be amazed to know that the Kallanai Dam was built during the 2nd century AD by Karikalan, a king of southern India's old Chola dynasty. It is also one of the oldest irrigation systems in the world that is still in use. Isn't it interesting? It is built on the boundary between Tiruchirappalli and Tanjavur and is an excellent work of engineering, which was constructed with soil and rocks and has suffered the changes of environment for a significant period of time. The purpose of the dam was to divert the waters of the Kaveri across the fertile Tanjavur Delta region for irrigation purpose. Next important dam is Amaravati Dam, which was built across the Amaravati River, which is one of the tributaries of Kaveri River in 1957 during K. Kamaraj's administration. K. Kamaraj was the third Chief Minister of Madras state. Next important dam is the Mettur Dam, also known as the Stanley Reservoir, designed by British engineer Ellis. It irrigates about 6 lakh hectares of land in the districts of Salem, Namakkal, Karur, Tiruchi, Pudukottai and Tanjavur. Mettur is known for its huge dam, power generation, chemical manufacturing, and aluminium production. Most of the water requirements for irrigation in Tamil Nadu is provided by the Mettur Dam. Usually the dam opens in June every year for irrigation in the Kaveri Delta. Now, the last dam which I am going to discuss here is Upper Anaikat in Tamil Nadu. This dam is also known as Mukkombu Dam, which is built by Sir Arthur Cotton. Do you know that he was a British irrigation engineer who was inspired by the architectural beauty of the Grand Anaikat or Kallanaikat built by Karikala Chola in Kallanai of Tanjavur district in the 2nd century. The Kaveri River finally joins the Bay of Bengal at Poompuhar in Tamil Nadu, and this explains why even the people of Tamil Nadu are emotional about the river Kaveri. Now you may be thinking, where is this Poompuhar? Puhar is a town of Tamil Nadu. It's also known as Kaveri Patnam. It was founded by Chola king Karikala. Puhar served as the capital of the early Chola kings. At Srirangam in Tamil Nadu is where Kaveri river finally joins the sea. Hope the session was informative and interesting. Here you have a small fun activity. Given below are the names of dams, important towns, religious spots on the banks of this Kaveri river. The letters of the words given below are jumbled. Figure out what the word is. Hope you will answer these. Thank you.